first, let's begin with the tenure system. Tenure, as defined by dictionary.com, is status granted after a trial period that gives protection from summary dismissal. There is no other job out there that grants immunity to its workers from being fired. Teachers are workers just like everyone else. Therefore, they should not be granted tenure. However, there was a reason why it was created, so let's take a look at the opposing side. Many people argue that education is a much different job out there, and we don't give our teachers anything near what they deserve. For example, many must teach with inadequate chalk and textbooks. Essentially, because we don't give them what they deserve, they should at least be granted tenure, therefore having a lifetime job with the benefits. So let's say we have a teacher who's been teaching for around 7 years. With tenure, they will have that job, regardless of how they perform, or for that matter, how their students perform. It is my belief that tenure breeds lethargy. Just like any other work environment, the education system must stay competitive. Due to the knowledge that these teachers will always have a job, the tenure system has allowed compliancy in our teachers. This is proved true due to the fact that out of 34 nations, the U.S. currently stands 14th in reading, 17th in science, and 25th in mathematics. If tenure allows the same teachers to keep their jobs, and our students are scoring this low on these standardized tests, then granting tenure to these same teachers is not the answer. Because of tenure, policies like LIFO have been created. LIFO stands for last in, first out. Essentially, if you're the last teacher in, and budget cuts must be made, then you're the first teacher out. Whether you keep your job as a teacher, a businessman, a doctor, as anything, it should be based off of your performance. Furthermore, for teachers, it needs to be based off of the students' performance as well. People who are advocating for tenure say that older teachers are needed so that they can teach the new minds the old tricks. But if you have a dream to become a teacher, and you go to school and you earn your degree, then you need to be given that chance. There's a population of educators that are fresh out of school who are ready and willing to inspire and teach our youth. For a moment, we are going to take a look at a union and how a union ties into the tenure system. A union acts as a worker's advocate. A worker joins the union so they are part of a large group. Therefore, they have a better chance of getting the right pay, compensation, vacation time, and sick days. In the early 1900s, unions worked for the good of the people, like child labor laws and unsafe working conditions. However, today they hold a tremendous political upper hand. Because every time any worker joins a particular union, a fee is automatically deducted from their paycheck and goes straight to the political entity that that particular union supports, regardless of your political affiliation. So because they can give the politician of their choice that strong financial backing, they have a very strong say over the state government. It is clear that today, the unions and their power are creating a situation where we are experiencing diminishing returns. Through their collective bargaining techniques, we have been guaranteed a system of embedded mediocrity. The unions have overstepped their reach, and the consequence has been to produce underperforming students who will never achieve their true potential, which is where the future of this country ultimately lies. So how do we fix this problem? We will now take a look at 2 videos. The first is from Randy Weingarten, the leader of the American Federation of Teachers Union, who offers up a shaky solution to the problem of tenure. The second video is what officials in Colorado are doing and how they are fixing tenure.
Outside of Wisconsin, there is a bigger attack coming against unionized teachers.
This is a direct attack on freedom.
In 8 states, plus New York City and Los Angeles, the issue now is tenure. Lifetime job protections that prevent good teachers from being fired on a whim, but also, critics say, protect bad teachers from being fired at all. Into this battle, unpredictably, has stepped Randy Weingarten.
We wanted to fix the problem.
Last week, Weingarten, the president of the American Federation of Teachers, a union with 1.5 million members, proposed new rules to evaluate and fire incompetent teachers. Any teacher judged unsatisfactory would get 1 year of guidance called an improvement plan. Teachers who then failed to improve would face a dismissal hearing within 100 days.
We want
Great question, guys. Great question, guys.
Lucas Ketzer's 7th grade math students are paying close attention to him at the Mesa School, outside Denver.
Excellent job, Megan.
But on this day, his boss is watching him even closer.
Okay, about 30 seconds.
She'll offer her critique a couple hours later.
If I heed that advice and get better and challenge myself every day and do what's right for my kids, then I'll always have a job.
What's going on in this classroom, the principal evaluating the teacher, has traditionally been at the core of the tenure granting process. Tenure reform, however, is being driven by another kind of assessment, measuring how well kids do in any particular teacher's classroom. That has generated some controversy.
Looking good, guys. How's school?
Colorado is leading the way. By 2014, teacher evaluations here will be based 50% on test scores and other performance measures. Teachers will get tenure if students show improvement 3 years in a row, and lose it if students don't improve 2 years in a row.
The term has come to earn a bad name. Now, anyone who has tenure in the state of Colorado will be able to wear it as a real badge of honor.
Tenure has long been one.
Randy Weingarten says that unsatisfactory teachers get a 1-year improvement plan, and then if they fail to improve, they get a hearing in 100 days. Whereas in Colorado, teacher evaluations are based 50% off test score performance. Teachers will get tenure if their students improve 3 years in a row, but they'll lose it if they don't improve 2 years in a row. Randy Weingarten's improvement plan is faulty because if teachers aren't doing a good job, then they should not be getting that long of a probationary period to improve. In conclusion, due to the existing contracts negotiated by the unions, it is very hard to repeal the LIFO policy covering layoffs. The Department of Education in New York City last year paid out over $145 million in raises to over 41,000 teachers. The average salary of these teachers was $63,000, resulting in a yearly salary increase of 5.6%. When the country's at its worst financially, these teachers are getting raises due to the ludicrous deals the unions have negotiated. And because they're so unaffordable, the only way we can make it work is by laying off teachers. And because of the LIFO policy, the only teachers that are getting laid off are the new teachers. This is exactly why I'm advocating that we abolish tenure and the strong political upper hand the unions have over the state government.